Today, we analyze the speech of Colombia's ambassador to the United States, Daniel García Peña, regarding Donald Trump's inauguration and the bilateral relations between both countries. We will apply our truth or circus meter to determine how truthful his message is and whether there are any elements of manipulation or assumptions without basis. Let's begin. Colombia and the United States have built a relationship that has lasted decades. Our goal is to maintain and strengthen that relationship. At Trump's inauguration, my message is clear. We will work in areas where we have common ground while also recognizing that there will be differences, as is always the case between two nations. This message is clear, neutral, and fact-based. It focuses on cooperation without polarization, something we value in political speeches. There is no manipulation or excessive emotional charge here. Truth, 100%. Regarding the controversy over the guest list for Trump's inauguration, I must clarify that the only people discussing this issue are in Colombia. Here in Washington, the situation is clear. The official representation of each country lies with ambassadors and heads of mission, as in my case. No formal invitation was extended to heads of state. Here, the ambassador describes the facts objectively and without double intentions. He does not attempt to manipulate perception or create conflict. A strong point for him. Truth, 100%. However, President-elect Trump, on a personal basis, did invite some presidents, such as Nayib Bukele. Other invited individuals, including certain Colombian politicians, were invited by the Republican Party and the U.S. Congress, which has the right to invite whoever they deem appropriate. Among them, some far-right sectors were invited, but if we look at history, no Colombian president has ever attended the inauguration of a U.S. president. The ambassador continues to describe facts, although we might question whether there was a political intention in selecting specific invitees. However, there is no direct manipulation, only an observation of reality. Truth, 85%. Point 4. Ideological differences between Petro and Trump. It is true that President Petro and President Trump have ideological differences, but this is nothing new. In Colombia, we have had government transitions between Uribe and Santos, Santos and Duque, Duque and Petro. In the United States, we have seen changes between Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, and now Trump again. There have always been differences between administrations, but the key is finding those areas where we can work together. Again, a neutral, fact-based message. He does not attempt to hide differences but does not exaggerate them either. Truth, 100%. Point 5. Areas of cooperation and disagreements. Therefore, our goal is to identify and strengthen those areas of cooperation while also recognizing that there are topics where we will not agree, and in those cases, there simply won't be collaboration. Here, the ambassador takes a clear stance and states his course of action. He does not evade the issue and makes it clear that there will be areas of non-cooperation. This makes the statement more credible, although it remains to be seen if it will be fulfilled. Truth, 90%. Regarding security in Colombia, recent clashes between the ELN and FARC dissidents have raised concerns. However, United States financial support for the peace agreement's implementation will not be affected by this situation. This support is a commitment from the United States government, which has remained consistent even during Trump's first term. The problems in the implementation of the agreement were not the responsibility of the United States government, but rather the decisions made by the Colombian government at the time. Here, the ambassador provides real data. He does not place blame on the United States, but rather explains the history of funding for the peace process. Truth, 100%. If we look at cooperation resources, they have remained virtually intact, and today, the United States continues to be the largest donor for the implementation of the peace agreement. Therefore, regardless of the change in the White House, we are confident that the U.S. government's commitment to peace in Colombia will continue. This statement assumes that U.S. support will continue, which is a supposition and could create false expectations. If he had said we hope it continues, it would have been more accurate. Truth, 40%, Circus, 60%. Regarding the relationship with Venezuela, Colombia has played a fundamental role in the region. Since President Petro's visit to Biden in April 2023, we have established a clear roadmap. We have worked on normalizing relations with Venezuela. Understanding that past measures, such as supporting Juan Guaido, closing borders, and shutting down consulates, not only failed to achieve their intended objectives, but also severely harmed citizens on both sides of the border. We now know that was not the right path. Here, the ambassador demonstrates learning based on facts. There are no judgments or manipulation. Point 9. Continuation of policy with Venezuela. My mission as ambassador to the U.S. is to continue this policy, maintaining permanent contact with the Venezuelan opposition. We continue working in this direction, just as my predecessor, Luis Gilberto Murillo, did. In fact, we have held important meetings with figures like Corina Machado and Edmundo Gonzalez, insisting on the need to reach agreements that benefit both nations. This is a well-structured message based on facts. There are no elements of manipulation. Final verdict: truth or circus? Truth 91%, circus 9%, there you have it. A speech that is mostly clear, fact-based, and without evident manipulations. The only questionable part is the assumption that U.S. support for Colombia will remain unchanged, which slightly reduces credibility. Do you agree with our evaluation? What do you think of the ambassador's speech? Leave a comment below and subscribe for more unfiltered speech analyses. See you in the next video.